Hi, I'm Margie Island, and those of you who know a little bit about my work, you know that I like supporting women in leadership, in particular in the mining and resources sector. And this is a really important video for those of you that are working in that sector, so I'm hoping you keep listening. I'm also a very proud member on the Women in Mining and Resources Queensland Committee, and the reason I joined that committee a couple of years ago is I started to see a bit of a trend in that industry around what was happening with women progressing through to leadership roles. And I wanted to help promote that and make a change or help make a change towards that. On a side note, something that you might not know about me is that I am a huge fan of the show Morning Wars. And I don't know if you watch it, it's on Apple TV. And the reason I like this show is it's got Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. And they're the producers of the show. And because they like creating content that supports women. And in this particular show, they're really trying to change the patriarch around them in news on television and navigating through that, but through by creating a voice for themselves, by being heard. And their characters are often having to get out of their comfort zones to, wraggle with do I play the game and follow the rules, or do I lean in and get out of my comfort zone to be heard, to be recognized, to be visible? And, I love this because many women in the work that I've done in coaching and in my previous many years in senior recruitment and leadership and in mining was that I saw many women struggle with this kind of dilemma of, I want to be more visible, I want to be recognized, but I also kind of want to fit in. Um, or do I really have the skills and confidence? Do I really want to have that responsibility when I've got other responsibilities? Um, or perhaps just the frustration of things are never going to change. Why bother? And so um, the WiMARQ, the committee I mentioned, which you may know of, every year we have a big award ceremony where we get to recognise women in all different levels within the mining and resources industry for their efforts, for the work that they've done. And what I find interesting is that a lot of women struggle to nominate, whether it's nominate themselves or another person. And my view is I think it's partly to do with this internal struggle that goes on in here about, do I really want to be that visible? Do I want that attention, or do I deserve it? So if that's you, or someone you know, I'm going to encourage you so strongly to have a look at the link I've attached to this email and to nominate. If that's you, put your hand up. And yes, that can be getting out of your comfort zone, but courage in getting out of your comfort zone um, is the way that you can have some control over changing some of this. Yes, there's many things that we can't control. In some industries and organizations, some decisions are being made that are without or outside of our control. But nominating for this or leaning in and being visible is something that you've got a choice to do, where we can see a difference. And I really believe that if we can all start doing more of that, we can start seeing more women in leadership in the mining and resources industry. And even if you think of it as being an example, not just for those that you work with, but that generation around you and that generation coming forward. Um, and we have a very special event where we recognise those nominees and award nominees and winners on International Women's Day, so which you also may be aware of. So don't delay. Applications for this are closing very soon. I encourage you to have a look and just go for it. Hopefully, we'll see you at the awards. Bye for now.